What is the main?
The main
The
are
main
the black speakers up there.
What is the main controls all the volume?
Okay, to the main speakers. We haven't even started talking about the monitors yet.
Okay.
Monitors are like another mixer inside this mixer. So if I could literally turn on and adjust things going to the monitors, that you have a couple, 4 monitors up there. So you adjust those independent of the house system. So that allows you to, if someone's leading, any worship leader people here, okay. So if I'm up there leading and I've got my monitor and I say, I need a little more of the piano, or I need a little less of the guitar, or I need a little more of that vocal, you can adjust that back here just in the monitor, and that doesn't affect the mains. So think of the main being the main sound system. The auxiliaries or the monitors are going to be those floor monitors. What are we doing, 2 mixes up there?
No, it's just one, aux 1.
You're using aux 1. And so when you...
For you guys, your aux 1 is turned off, because your request was not to do monitoring for CCC, because they aren't doing like a band, they're just doing the piano and 2 people singing, and
Right.
for the most part, so they haven't really asked for.
So that's why I don't
Oh,
understand.
That's why you don't.
Okay,
That's why
sorry.
you have no concept there, because I never.
Is the one face to the stage, and all the others to
It's
the
out
audience.
here.
So we
Yeah.
don't use the one to the market.
Okay, good. I'm glad somebody clarified that, because I'm assuming that everybody here does it all.
No, yeah.
So you'll need to kind of say, nah, shut up there.
No, that's all right. No, I'm listening, because but what you're talking about actually affects over half the people here.
Oh, okay.
So they still need to know about.
Okay, so on this first layer, when we are here, then what you're doing is all these channels, and if you're in the All Nations, you do the praise team, correct? Or
No, we still just left that AC for now.
oh, okay.
We'll play that later.
Oh, okay. So what's going to happen is, now, we talked about buttons. There's another row of buttons over here I want to talk about, and it says channel, auxiliary, multi, and meters. A moment ago, I talked about this being a digital console. Now, I'm going to,
Yeah, it's amazing.
as I move through things, the faders all move. They're all motorized, and they go to the preset levels.
So fun.
Channel, aux, multi. Now, what those are, again, I want you to know more of what they are than the fact you're going to use them very often. Because when you look at this window, you want to, you're going to be looking at the inputs just like a regular mixer. So your old Mackie that you had, when you moved channel number 5, it moved channel number 5. It didn't do anything else but channel number 5 going to the mains. Okay? This one, if I select here, I now have the ability to put stuff into the monitors. So if I have this over here on this yellow button, over on aux, I'm actually looking at that, not at the mains. So I want you need to understand, typically you're going to be there, that's where you're going to live most of the time. But if somebody inadvertently, and by the way, I've seen people, I've done it, where I bump something without thinking about it, or I lean on something. I'm a leaner, and sometimes I've leaned on a board and bumped a button and not realized it. So you have to train yourself to know that those lights mean things. Because if you don't, you may find yourself in trouble because you're not where you think you are. So that's why I really concentrate on trying to make you understand what the buttons and the lights do, because that's critical to know where you're at as far as how you're mixing.
So if you go into aux and then you accidentally mess something up, but then you press it again, will it reset on its own?
Well, no, it's going to stay there until you save it.
What you did is what you did. All you do is
But
if
if
you
you load the original one back, it will be back.
you could reload the original, then it'll go back to everything you did. So if if what you did is, if right here you were messing with something and you went back to this, whatever you did is now still here, but it's in the background. You just can't see what you actually did until you come back here.
So if
Okay.
we're in aux
And
aux
we
slash
wanted-
group, yeah.
I need to hear Derek sing more.
That's not how you would fix it.
Oh,
It would be individual.
You know, you would hit, you have to.
Wait, you're saying for on the monitor? You
No,
want
that's-
to
that-
more Derek.
that's
This is
a-
what you're
Is
looking
the
at.
aux the
Yeah.
monitor?
Yes, it is, but you would look at it in a different way.
Okay, we haven't gotten there yet.
Okay.
I'm trying to work my way up the board so that you understand, as much as it gets boring and you say, I won't need to know that, I guarantee you that everything I'm talking about, at some point in time, you're gonna say, I wish I'd listened.
So for Chinese, we don't use it.
Yeah, we
No,
don't
you're gonna be right at your.
Don't touch.
Don't
touch.
you
Just
don't-
put it, yeah, don't touch.
you don't want to know about it?
Just make sure this light is on. Yeah, don't touch.
No, well, yeah, the
It
pro-
won't hurt it, I just.
no, if you ever get to the point where it was so screwed up and you can't figure it out, go back to the save setting.
You turn the board off, you can pull up.
Go back to your original save setting of the CCC, and then everything will go back to something that was originally saved. Now you might have to rebalance everything, but at least you haven't saved anything that you
You can
did.
go back to the default.
You can go back to
Correct.
default. That's exactly what it's for.
Let's move up one more step. Now we're going to those that are in the, you have only one aux. Now you've got a fader mode up here, which is above the channel layers, which show you the pictures and things like that. When you get here and you want to change a monitor, you're going to hit aux 1, and notice it now moved it. Now, what it's doing is as you move these faders, you're adjusting those in your aux 1, which you.
Only aux 1.
Only aux
one. It's not anything that comes out to us here.
That's not for us.
It's only the little monitors, the speakers there. So and our speakers currently are aux 1. The monitor is just aux 1.
It's got a lot more features than that, but you're only using aux 1. Now, let me prove my point. I'm in aux 1. I'm going to bring up these, 5, 6, and 7. Put them down. I'm going to take them back down in a minute. But when I turn this off, now I'm back into the main, which is like the board, if you were looking at the Mackie board without any layers, that's where we're at. When I hit this again, I go back to it and see there they are. They're going to stay there until I either turn the board off and reset the board or pull the scene back up, or I take these down. Now, if I go down and I come back, they're still down there.
Oh, so you don't have to save it.
No, you only have to do save scenes if you want to keep that. It will blow out whatever you've done and pull up the preset scene. So we did that so that if somebody comes by, some kids or something, and you go, oh no, just reset it.
Don't turn off.
Just
Go
Just-
find what it was saved.
and just
You'll
pull
have
it.
to show us how to do that.
Yeah,
'cause I
well,
don't-
We will.
yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there.
The games are motorized or not?
No, they are not.
The-
They are
So,
not.
so anything at this up is,
all manual.
it's manual.
So the default, if someone messes with the games, that won't be reset on its own.
No. What we'll probably do is, actually.
For the most part, they're all about 10 o'clock, 10:30.
10 and 11, yeah.
If you have to put the gain, and I missed this a minute ago, so let's back up a step just for a minute. If I have to drive this gain way up, let's say somebody comes in with a guitar and they have a direct box, and they either don't have their guitar turned up loud enough, and I'm starting to have to drive that gain into 2, 3 o'clock, there's a problem. It's not the board, it's the fact they're not giving you enough signal to be able to manage it. Now, on the other hand, let's say someone comes in with a keyboard or something, and it's very, very loud, and I want to, and even when I'm all the way down, I'm still not down far enough. There is a button that says pad, P-A-D, a pad button, right above that. That is a 20 dB, it's basically like putting a governor on your car. You know, a governor, years, I just dated myself, didn't I?
It's a limiter.
A limiter, yeah. Years ago, we used to have governors that would only let your car go to 60, 65, or whatever. What that does, it basically takes that signal and it mechanically inserts a pad that drops the volume 20 dB. Now, what you'll probably have to do is now turn it up because you've just cut off 20 dB.
So clockwise is
Yeah.
turn it
Yeah,
up.
when you're going clockwise, it's going hotter, all the way back, yes.
This is one thing you might guys want to know, is that on the headset wireless, ours are all supposed to be set to -20. Some of them have not. If sometimes if they get really, really loud, it's because somebody flipped the switch around. They need to be all set to -20. So that's just something,
-20?
-20.
Can you set up the
Can I
instruction
see it?
somewhere,
I can't see
document
it.
it?
Yeah, no, I will.
Document it. Otherwise, in the future,
Yeah.
it will be difficult. Just
-20.
put it somewhere.
Yeah, it's easy
So what
for
does that mean?
That's a sensitivity.
I
So,
still can't, where is it?
-20.
right here. See?
The sensitivity,
Oh,
what
okay.
is minus?
Well, the minus, with audio, zero
okay, so
is
minus
considered
20,
the volume coming out of the source. We're wanting to cut that sensitivity back so it's not overdriving. Again, remember we talked about the sensitivity and the gain? Same thing. If I turn this up to 0, it'll pick up his heartbeat. It'll pick up his brain working. I mean, it really becomes very, very sensitive, you know? So you want it at that lower setting so that we now match all this. Check. Now, if I hit the pad, here's what happens. I'm not gonna turn the knob, but I'm gonna hit the pad. Check, 1, 2, 2,
Oh,
1,
there's
2,
no-
2,
okay.
2.
Like a pack.
It basically pads it or squishes it or flattens it out or whatever term you want. You're probably never gonna need that.
Is there a light on the pad to know if that's been hit? So if you can't hear it, try pushing that first to see if it comes
Oh,
back.
they're all supposed to be up.
Yeah,
So
none
like-
of them
You
are
can
padded.
kind of see it or
Oh, you
feel it.
can, you can see it?
Yeah, it's an
It's a
indent.
physical
It's an indent on it, so, yeah, you can, when it's down, it's definitely down. So, now, a moment ago.